Well, the infliction of violence has been by the part of the state, Trudeau, threatening you as the head of the state that you do not have a right to sit in an airplane unless you're vaccinated. Why? Because he's king fucking shit who can tell you what medical treatment you can take or not. What kind of coercive measure is that? What kind of coercive, tyrannical measure is for the head of state to threaten his citizens? Right? That's the hallmark. That's the hallmark of tyranny and threats of violence. Are his words? You know, who was it? I think it was Thomas Jefferson. I forget. I'm gonna mangle the quote. I think when he said that when the people are afraid of the government, you have tyranny. When the government is afraid of the people, you have democracy. And we have tyranny right now.
Right.
So we're going to do our best now to start to lay private informations against all individuals who are demanding, insisting, and or administering these tests. It's a criminal offense because they don't show anything, and that aggravates the criminality of it.
The implementation of a vaccine passport is absolutely the exercise of authority. And if a person receives a vaccine only because of that use of authority and because they want to be able to live a normal life, they did not consent to that medical treatment. And in my view, that is a clear assault. And it's assault that any physician is a party to that takes part in. The Hippocratic Oath requires that physicians do no harm. Assault is harm. So a vaccine passport is absolutely offensive to a free and democratic society, and it is entirely injurious to the sanctity of the individual's person, guaranteed under Section 7 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And the case law makes clear it's an assault.
Oh, that this kind of division that becomes increasingly hostile to the level of violence, it is inviting hostility and violence between one class of Canadians against another class of Canadians. And this is not what the Supreme Court of Canada has determined is good governance. The governments are under constitutional duty to engage in good governance. This is depraved. This is illegal. This is criminal. It's unconstitutional. Both the treatment of children and the elderly under these COVID measures, in my opinion, as a constitutional lawyer and a criminal lawyer, constitute crimes against humanity under the Crimes Against Humanity and War Crimes Act. That is an act on the books in Canada as a criminal act against these measures. The other piece of legislation that's on the books is an act that was passed in 2017 called the Non-Genetic Discrimination Act federally. That's a very interesting act because it was proposed by private members bill, and the government of Canada, Justin Trudeau's government, I wonder why.